When Desire Finds You, a story of love and resilience. Hey everyone, welcome back to Silent Confessions, Story of Infidelity, where we dive deep into the most scandalous, forbidden, and unexpected love stories. Today's confession? It starts with a simple favor, but turns into something far more passionate, intense, and unforgettable. If you think you can handle a story filled with tension, desire, and secrets too hot to keep, then stick around. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because trust me, this one is just the beginning. It was a sunlit afternoon in a quiet suburban town, a day with golden rays spilling over lawns as the hum of bird songs hung lightly in the air. Yet inside my home, the silence was deafening, a stark reflection of the solitude I'd carried for 5 long years since losing my husband. The stillness felt more than quiet. It was a companion to the emptiness I couldn't escape. Cradling the warmth of a chamomile tea, I felt an ache deeper than loneliness, a visceral longing for touch, desire, and the intoxicating rush of companionship. This was not just the absence of another. It was the absence of passion, of being seen in ways that lingered and lit you from within. And as I sat with these stirring emotions, a sharp knock at the door shattered the quiet. It was urgent, expectant, and beneath its surface burned a peculiar heat, one that kindled something deep inside me. Opening my door, I found Liam, my rugged next-door neighbor. There he stood, tall and commanding, his broad shoulders slightly tense, and his dark brown eyes fixed on me with an intensity I hadn't seen before. His voice was low, rich with a rawness that spoke of unspoken urgency, and there was something undeniably magnetic about his energy. "Hey, Ava," he murmured. "Sorry to bother you, but I need your help, and it's personal." As Liam stepped into my home, the air between us charged with thick tension, his proximity awakening a breathless anticipation I had buried long ago. His scent, his warmth, his hesitant yet bold presence, it all melted the years of my emotional isolation in mere seconds. Liam's plea was unexpected. His sister Olivia was reeling from a painful divorce and needed someone to guide her, a source of strength to lean on. "She needs you," he said, his voice strained with emotion. Beneath his words there was more, an energy neither of us dared to articulate yet couldn't ignore. Every touch, every lingering glance set my skin aflame. Even as I agreed to help Olivia, a silent fire had ignited between us, one that neither words nor propriety could extinguish. In the days that followed, the professional boundaries Liam and I tried to maintain began to dissolve. He found reasons to visit, casual excuses that carried stolen touches, hushed conversations, and smoldering eye contact. His fingers would graze mine, his stance too close, his voice tinged with something low and forbidden. Attraction wasn't the word. It was a force, a magnetic pull tangled with something far deeper. On the porch one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Liam voiced what we both felt but hadn't dared to say. "I never expected this favor to bring us closer. But it has, hasn't it?" His words lingered in the air, heavy with unspoken truths, and I could do nothing but nod, my chest tight with emotion I couldn't contain. When Olivia finally arrived, she was reserved, shadowed by her pain. Yet in our conversations, her confidence slowly unfurled, and she rediscovered parts of herself she thought lost. In guiding her, I too found something that had been dormant within me. For years, I had suppressed my own desires, my passion, my identity. Olivia's journey mirrored one I hadn't realized I needed to take for myself. But amidst Olivia's blossoming, Liam and I found ourselves swept up in emotions we couldn't ignore. One evening, after checking on his sister's progress, Liam lingered just a little too long. His thanks came with a whispered plea, his embrace unrestrained. "For her and for me," he said into the curve of my neck, his voice trembling with vulnerability. That night, the boundaries we had cautiously respected fell away. Dinner became a haze of simmering tension, the flicker of candlelight casting shadows that danced on his face and deepened the fire in his gaze. His lips trailed over his wineglass, but his eyes were locked onto mine, speaking truths he had held back for far too long. When he reached across the table, his fingers grazing my skin, everything between us shifted irreversibly. His kiss came tentative at first, as though testing the depths of what lay between us. Then, with a hunger that matched my own, it deepened. Consuming, confessional, all-consuming. The kiss wasn't just a surrender. It was an awakening of every dormant longing I had buried since my husband's passing. In the days that came, Liam and I found solace and heat in stolen moments. A brush of fingers, whispered words wrapped in moonlight, bodies tangled in secrecy beneath the weight of our growing connection. We navigated a perilous dance, driven by an undeniable chemistry that burned hotter each time we drew near. Passion flowed between us without hesitation. Every stolen glance, every touch hinted at something forbidden yet exquisite. Beneath this surge of emotion was the realization that no matter how much we fought it, we were inextricably tethered, two souls burning brighter when they met. Helping Olivia wasn't just a chance to rebuild her world, it became a mirror into our own hearts. Her joy reminded us of the courage it took to embrace life again despite the shadows of the past. But Liam's love carried something more dangerous than gratitude. On the night everything between us unraveled, his embrace turned intimate, his words heavy with meaning. "You've reminded me it's never too late." That simple confession reverberated through me, breaking every wall I'd built to keep love at bay, the same walls he had unknowingly dismantled with every glance, every brush of his hand. Liam and I didn't just fall in love. We found survival through one another, a daring reclamation of every unfulfilled longing and suppressed need. Our connection wasn't neat or expected. It was messy, raw, and uncontainable. And though the road ahead of us blurred with uncertainty, every stolen moment, every whispered promise, and every fiery embrace branded itself as irreplaceable. This wasn't just desire. This was the kind of love that demands surrender, that thrives in the forbidden, that teaches you what it truly means to be alive. And that, my dear viewers, is how a simple favor became the most passionate and unexpected journey of my life. Sometimes, the most forbidden things are the ones that awaken something deep inside us. But what do you think? Was it fate or was it a mistake? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more stories filled with passion, secrets, and the kind of love that breaks all the rules, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep your confessions silent or not.